Diencephalon. Here it is. Diencephalon consists of thalamoencephalon and hypothalamus. Thalamoencephalon and hypothalamus. So, thalamoencephalon and hypothalamus below it. The boundary between them is the groove, subthalamic groove. Here it is. Above is thalamoencephalon, below hypothalamus. Thalamoencephalon secondary is subdivided into three parts. Thalamuses themselves, egg-shaped structures, which has anterior tubercle and posterior part of them is compressed slightly and is called pulvina. Next part of thalamoencephalon is epithalamus. Epithalamus is located on the medial surfaces of each thalamus and consists of appennular, these thin plates, which are connected by commissura, and on it is pineapple gland. Epiphysis. And third part of thalamoencephalon is metathalamus. Metathalamus consists of a paired geniculate body, corpus geniculatum, medial and lateral ones. They are located below the pulvina, the posterior compressed part of thalamus. So, medial geniculate body, here it is. Medial geniculate body. Medial geniculate body is connected with the medial geniculate body is connected with the lower collicles of midbrain, and together they are the subcortical centers of hearing. Medial lateral geniculate body, here it is. Medial lateral geniculate body is connected with the upper collicles of midbrain, and together they are subcortical centers of vision. So, lateral geniculate body is not well pronounced. That is why, in order to find them, you must find optic nerves, optic hairs, and the continuation of optic nerves, optic tracts. Here they are. Optic tracts ends by lateral geniculate body. See? Optic. The continuation of optic tract. So, thalamuses, epithalamus, metathalamus. Hypothalamic structures are visible on the lower surface, on the base of the brain, and they include optic hairs, great tuber, tuber cinereum, with infundibulum and hypophysis. It is parted because it is closed and lie in the Turkish cellar, closed by a thin plate of dura mater. And mammillary bodies, here they are. Here they are. Subcortical center of smell. Smelling. So, here's great tuber with hypophysis, mammillary bodies. Hypothalamic structures. The cavity of diencephalon is called third ventricle. Here it is. Third ventricle, anterior wall of it is formed by anterior commissura of the brain, anterior commissura of the brain, posterior wall by posterior commissura of the brain. In the posterior wall there are the orifice of cerebral aqueduct. So it leads to the cerebral aqueduct. In the anterior wall, the orifices of Monroe, which connect third ventricle with the lateral, each of lateral ventricles. Lateral walls of third ventricle are formed by the medial surfaces of thalamus, and lower wall is formed by the all hypothalamic structures. upper wall of third ventricle is a triangular plate. Here we can't see third ventricle because the upper wall is present here. Here it is absent. So upper wall is formed by the thin triangular plate which is between the peduncles of fornix. Here is the peduncles of fornix, between them thin plate. So diencephalon, midbrain, next part. Mesencephalon, here it is, midbrain. Midbrain is divided into dorsal part, which is called the roof tectum. Dorsal part, no, midbrain. Dorsal part and ventral part, which is called peduncle. The boundary here is the crossage through midbrain, and we can see the peduncle and the dorsal part, the roof. The boundary between them is the plane which is drawn between through the cerebral aqueduct cavity. So it's the dorsal part, it's the ventral part. Ventral part is subdivided by substantia nigra, here it is, into tegmentum and the base of peduncle. Base, tegmentum, tectum, the roof. 3 parts. The cavity of midbrain is cerebral aqueduct. Cerebral aqueduct is a thin canal which connects third ventricle, the cavity of the encephalon, with the fourth ventricle, the cavity of the posterior part of the brainstem. So cerebral aqueduct has the superior aperture which leads to the third ventricle, and inferior aperture which leads to the fourth ventricle. In the midbrain, you accept substantia nigra, you must show the Ruber nuclei, red nuclei. It's more pale because of fixation, nucleus Ruber rather than nucleus Ruber, and the also more pale around. Nucleus Ruber is the part of extrapyramidal system which the constriction of skeletal muscles are under control, without control of the mind. Okay, so nucleus Ruber and the gray matter around the cerebral aqueduct cavity, so-called central gray matter. You must also need to show in the brainstem structures, midbrain belongs to the brainstem. There are each part of the brainstem consists of gray matter and white matter. White matter is conductive pathways, gray matter nuclei. White matter through the brainstem, through each part and also through the midbrain, they pass conductive pathways in direction upward, sensory pathways, and downward, descending pathways, motor pathways. And in each part of the brainstem, as well as in the midbrain, the sensory pathways pass through the dorsal part, more close to the dorsal part. The motor pathways pass through the ventral parts. So in the basis of peduncles pass descending motor pathways. In the tectum,
which is the motor path? Dorsal or ventral?
Motor through the ventral part. Motor pathways through the ventral parts, through the basis of peduncle.
No, which conduct faster equally? Dorsal part or ventral part?
Faster. Which is faster?
impulse.
सेम होगा ना. He is asking.
I don't know which are faster.
Dorsal.
Why?
Because it is mode run, and when we move,
No.
it will conduct impulse from when we move in any movement. Proprioceptor
No.
movement. And these impulses are transferred by this dorsal part
No.
to our chain.
Sensory pathways
Yes.
pass through the dorsal part, through ventral part pass through motor pathways. So through tegmentum pass usually pass sensory pathways, through bases of peduncles, motor pathways. Gray nuclei matter in each brainstem structures are divided into three types. In each part of the brainstem are the nuclei of reticular formation, also the own nuclei, so-called own nuclei, like, for example, in midbrain nucleus substantia nigra and nucleus ruber. And a third type of the nuclei includes the nuclei of the cranial nerves. In the midbrain, there are located the nuclei of third nerve, oculomotor, fourth nerve, trochlear, and one of the four nuclei of the trigeminal fifth nerve. So they are located in the gray matter, which is around the cerebral aqueduct cavity. So in this central gray matter are the nuclei of the cranial nerve. Oculomotor nerve has two nuclei. One is motor, another is parasympathetic vegetative nuclei. Trochlear nerve has only one nuclei. Motor nuclei, it is located also in the central gray substance, and trigeminal nerve has four nuclei. One of them is called nucleus tractus mesencephalicus, and it is located along in the gray matter, which is around the cerebral aqueduct, along all midbrain. Nucleus tractus mesencephalicus. So, three types of nuclei. So, you must know the main information is that each part of the brain consists of gray matter and white matter. White matter is formed by the covered by myelin axons, conductive pathways. So their function is the providing of nervous impulse. And gray matter, nuclei. Nuclei are the nuclei of the cranial nerves, the own nuclei of this part of the brain, and the nuclei of reticular formation. It's the network include a great amount of neurons connected with each other, and they are located in all brainstem structures. Clear? Mm-hmm. So it is all today's small topic.
Midbrain and hand.
Huh?